A very good morning to you all for Freestyle Fitness Yoga. We've got a varied selection of things to do today, including some balancing. So I hope you're feeling in good balance. We'll start off with a little gentle warm up. We'll just start with a little roll of the shoulders. I'm going to play some music and we will have a little roll round of the shoulders. Ah, nice and relaxed today because it's yoga. And then roll your shoulders back. Fantastic. And a little twist. Just let your arms hang loose. Gently just twist your body from side to side. Let your arms just flop round. Little bit of movement through your back. Oh, I could just do this all day. Fantastic. Let's start that right shoulder going. So big circles with your right arm. And figure of 8. Swooping round gently and gracefully. Very good. And the other arm looping round first of all in a circle. And a figure of 8. Very good. A little side bend, side to side. Very good. And come back up to neutral position. Let your shoulders just relax down. Take a deep breath. So, before we get into our balancing, we're just going to do some just breathing exercises, slow moves, starting slow, just breathing or just focusing in on your breath. So to start with, you can close your eyes for this if you want to, and just let your arms hang loosely down, feet firmly on the floor, let those shoulders relax, and to the count of 4, we're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. So you ready? Inhale. And exhale through the nose. And inhale. And exhale. Couple more times. Deep inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now as we inhale, we're going to roll those shoulders back, lift the head up, looking up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Open the chest. And then big exhale, roll your shoulders forwards, look down. And again, inhale, look up, roll back. Exhale, roll forwards and look down. Let's do that a couple more times. Nice and slowly. Inhale, roll back, look up. Exhale, roll forward, look down. One more time. Deep inhale. And exhale. Fantastic. Let's start doing some arm moves with this. So, let's just move this back. I want an inhale. As we inhale, We're going to raise the arms up overhead. And then hands are going to come together over your head. And as you bring your hands down in front of your chest, you exhale all the way down nice and slowly. So inhale, arms up. Bring your hands together. Exhale, down in front. And again, a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now as we inhale, we're going to raise the arms up. We're also going to push up onto your toes. So inhale, up onto your toes, nice and tall. And then as you bring your hands down, just slowly bring your heels back onto the floor and release. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, up onto your toes. Exhale, slowly down. Let's do that again, nice and slowly. Let's take it really slow. Deep inhale. Push up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up. Exhale. Sink back down again. And release. Just keeping your feet on the floor, keeping your arms to the side. Close your eyes. One more deep breath in. And breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. Fantastic. Now, we are going to do our balancing now. So, we're going to start with our tree pose. Now, this is up to you which level you go to. Oh, excuse me, just take a sip of water. Oh dear, that's not good, is it? So, oh, I've got a frog in my throat. Excuse me. Oh dear, another sip of water. I can't speak. So you know what to do. You know what to do. We got three choices. The first one, all your weight on one leg, just onto the other toe. Hands above your head, palms together. If you prefer to bring the hands out to the side, that's okay, whatever works for you. Think about focusing on a distant object and keep that in your gaze and hold your position. If you find this easy, we can bring that foot in a little bit closer, heel against your ankle, and that's going to require a little bit more balance. And if you find that one easy, and I know some of you do, you can lift that toe off the floor, bring the foot to the side of the leg or up to the side of the thigh and hold it there. Try and be comfortable in your pose, yeah? If you struggle and wobble, better to put the foot down and just hold it gently. The idea is to relax into it and hold it for a few seconds. Breathe in deep. And if you get more confident and you want to move forwards through your pose again, that's okay too. I'm not doing too well today on this. Focus. There we go. Oh, I think that's the best I've ever done. Let's try the other side, see what the other side's like. Put your feet down. Let's try that. We'll have a little bit more time to practice that again. So, start off. All your weight on one foot, and the other foot's just going to just pop the toe down just to support you and to give you confidence in your pose. Hands above your head. And then when you're comfortable, just bring that foot in a little bit closer, heel against your ankle. Hold that. And then if you're confident again, lift the toe off the floor or higher up the thigh. I'm not so good on that foot. So yeah, choose what you can do on each foot. Choose your level. We're just going to hold and breathe. Again, focusing on some distant object helps. But again, think about your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths. In and out through your nose. Fantastic, let's release. So we'll have another go on each side. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds on each side roughly. You choose which level you want to be at. Choose where you want to balance. The idea is peacefulness and not wobbliness. If you wobble, just put your foot down. We're at peace, we're in control. So let's get into our first position again. And we can bring the arms up, or we can bring the arms out to the side, whatever's comfortable. And we'll go for about 30 seconds from here. And bring your arms down slowly, change over to the other side, and again onto one foot, 30 seconds. And arms down slowly, feet firmly back on the floor. Very well done. So we're going to move on because we've got lots to do today. So straight away, we're going to go into our little forward fold sequence. So, take an inhale, bring your arms up, and we'll go into our first forward fold. Being our first one, we might be a little bit stiff in the back, so just let yourself hang. I'm nowhere near the floor yet, but we're going to get there. So, see how, oh, very good. I'm seeing some good work there. If you can get your fingertips on the floor, maybe get your hands down onto the floor. Otherwise, for those of us that aren't quite on the floor yet, we're going to take a few deep breaths. Each time we exhale, we're going to go down a little bit lower. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If your hand's already on the floor, then just stretch a little bit further down on the exhale. Release a little bit on the inhale. On your next inhale, we're going to unfold and stand up, arms up, and then exhale, arms down. We'll do that again. We are going to add in our twist this time. So we're going to add in a little back twist. So let's take an inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to grip one ankle with one hand. The other hand is going to twist up towards the ceiling, looking up towards your hand. Hold it for a couple of breaths. On the next exhale, let's bring the hand down again. We inhale, we unfold. We exhale, we bring the arms down. Let's do that again. This time we're going to be twisting to the other side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, twist up. Hold for a few seconds, a few breaths. On the next exhale, bring your hand down slowly. Inhale, unfold. Exhale, arms down. Let's do one more each side in a flow, in a smooth sequence. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, twist up. Exhale, back down again. Inhale, unfold. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, twist. Exhale, arm down. Inhale, unfold. Exhale, arms down. One more forward fold, no twist this time. We're just going to see how much that back can stretch now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. I'm sure we can all get our hands onto the floor now with straight legs. If you can't, don't worry though, I can't quite. So if your hands are on the floor, that's amazing. If not, let's just hang for a moment. Each time you exhale, sink down a little bit more. Feel your back stretching. Feel your hamstrings stretching. On the next inhale, we're going to unfold. And exhale, arms down. Marvellous. Marvellous. Good work. Excellent. Let's move on. We're going to do lunge next. Yes, our favourite, lunge. Lunge. So, you will be standing lengthways on the mat facing outwards. We're going to take, imagine like your feet are staying on the edges of the mat. So if your feet are towards the edges of the mat, you take 1 foot back, still on the same edge, so that you've got that horizontal distance between your feet, even though one's forward, one's back. Okay, so first of all, take the foot back. Toes are going to be pointing down the length of the mat, back heel is off the floor. So onto the back toes. We're going to keep that back leg straight and we're going to bend that front knee and just sink down into our lunge position. Now, bring your arms up, palms facing each other. And let's hold this here for a few breaths. And you might just want to think about just sinking your body weight down a little bit as you exhale. Feeling the stretches, feeling the strength of your front leg holding you in position, your shoulders holding your arms in the air. Deep breathing, in and out through the nose. Fantastic, let's bring those arms down and step forwards, and we'll do the other side. Ooh. So get yourself into your lunge position, big step back, back heel off the floor, front foot firmly on the floor, and back leg straight. So sink down and bring your arms up. Let's hold this here for a few breaths. Again, you might just want to sink down a little bit on the exhale. Breathing deep, holding your position. And then when you're ready, let's bring those arms down, step forwards gently and gracefully. Okay, let's take it to the next stage. Now we're going to add in our twist. So let's start again. Onto the other leg. We'll start off in that lunge position. Bring the front knee forwards. We'll keep the back leg straight. We'll bring the arms up. Hold for a couple of breaths. Fantastic. Now we're going to bring those hands down onto the floor, either side of that front foot. And then if your right leg is forward, we're twisting to the right. Your left leg is forward, we're twisting to the left. So lift your hand off the floor, twist up. And again, we're going to hold this for a couple of breaths. Very good. Think about sinking your hips down towards the floor, get that extra stretch. Fantastic. Let's bring that arm down onto the floor, but now from here I want you to bring your back knee down onto the floor and just have a little stretch back with the arms above your head. Little stretch back. Now to get up, I'd like to try and get up without putting the hands on the floor. So we're just going to try and gently lift ourselves up so the legs straighten, and then step forwards and bring your arms down. Shall we try all that on the other side? I think so. I think we should. So, big step back. Check feet position outside of the mat. Onto your toes at the back. Back leg straight. Arms up as you sink down. Hold here for a few seconds, a few breaths. And then when you're ready, hands down either side of that front foot. And twisting upwards. If the left foot is forward, you twist to the left. And we're going to hold here again for a few breaths. And bring your hand down, back knee onto the mat, and arms up, have a little stretch back. Oh, I love that one. Nice little stretch out. Hold it for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to rise up slowly. See if you can push up just using your legs. If you need to use your hands on the floor, that's okay. But, oh, I went up a bit too quick then. And then step forward and bring your hands down. We're going to do the same thing again each side, yeah? So nice and slowly. Just same routine, same sequence on each side one more time. So start relaxing your shoulders. Let's take that big step back. We'll take our time. Back leg is straight, sink down, raise your arms. We'll be holding each pose for about 10 seconds or 2 or 3 breaths. Sinking down if you can. Ooh. Let's bring the hands down onto the floor. And then when you're ready, twist up. Fantastic, hand down, back knee onto the floor. Raise your arms up, stretch back. Let's try and get up. So pushing the front foot into the floor to push yourself up, balancing on that back foot, and then step forward gracefully, bring your arms down. We've got one more to do on the other side. So deep breath, relax your shoulders, get yourselves ready. Big step back. Back leg straight, sink down, arms up, hold our lunge position. Again, if you can sink down a little bit more. Oh, fabulous. Let's bring those hands down to the floor. Oh. Twisting up. Hold it here. Long, slow, deep breaths while we hold our position. Okay, hand down, back knee onto the floor. Lift up. Arms go up and we stretch back. And finally, let's try and lift ourselves up slowly, gracefully. Then take a step forward, bring your arms down. Fantastic. To finish our sequence, let's take those feet wide. We're going to do one more fold, see how we're getting on with that flexibility. This time with wide feet. Okay, take a deep inhale. Arms up. Take an exhale, forward fold. Yeah, my fingertips are on the floor now, that's amazing. Take a deep breath. On the next inhale, unfold. Slowly, slowly coming up. Exhale, arms down and release. Oh, very well done. Should we have a lie down? we're actually not going to lie down. We're going to get down onto the floor, but we're not lying down. We're going to be in tabletop position on the floor. So onto your mat, onto hands and knees. Take your time getting down. And oops, we will be in tabletop position, hands and knees. There we are. So we're going to start with a cat and cow stretch here before we go into our Superman. So starting off, arching your back up into cat stretch. Head hangs down in front. Okay, reverse it into cow. Tummy comes down, head comes up. Concave lower back. And back into neutral. Now we're just going to take one leg off the floor and stretch it out behind you. So lift one leg up, push it out behind. So you should have a nice straight line between your ankle, your hip and your shoulder. Everything in alignment. Okay, and just hold for a couple of breaths. Very good. Now we're going to try and lift the opposite arm off the floor and stretch the arm out in front. So you're onto one knee, one hand, into our Superman position. And we're just going to try and hold this for a few breaths. Fantastic. Bring hand and knee down. Quick cat stretch. Cow stretch. And back to neutral. Let's do the other leg now. So we'll start just by lifting the leg up, pushing the foot out behind you. Nice straight line between your ankle, hip and shoulder. Breathing deeply, long deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling through your nose. Fantastic. Let's bring the other arm out now into Superman. See if we can hold that there for a few breaths. Fantastic. Let's bring hand and knee back down again. We'll progress this a little bit. So into cat stretch. In between we'll do cat and cow each time. Into cow stretch. So we're going to lift the leg up again, but this time I want to keep the knee at 90 degrees. And we're going to lift the leg as if you're trying to push your foot against the ceiling. So knee is at 90 degrees, your shin is vertical, and your foot is like planting your sole of your foot up against the ceiling. We're just going to hold that position. Now if you can, lift your knee away from the floor so we engage the glutes, and hold as high as you can. You'll feel the glute tightening up. Hold for a couple of breaths. Fantastic. Let's bring that knee down. We'll do the other side. So the first position, your thigh is like parallel to the floor, knee at 90 degrees. Yeah, so you've engaged your glute but not fully. So we'll hold that. Thigh is sort of parallel to the floor, knee level with your hip, shin vertical. Now what I want you to do is think about pushing your foot higher, lifting your knee away from the floor, so engage the glute a little bit more. So we just lift the knee a little bit higher, and we're going to hold that position for a few breaths. Fantastic, let's bring that knee down. We're going to do the same again on, oh no we're not. We're going to do a cat and a cow. And then we're going to do one more on each side. So yeah, let's get that cat and cow stretch. I do want to do one more each side. Exactly the same, because it's a really good glute activation exercise. So, back to the first side, we'll bring the knee off the floor, foot up towards the ceiling. Knee level with your hip. Shin vertical, and let's then lift the knee away from the floor as high as you can. So you can go even higher this time. Lift it right up, pushing your foot up towards the ceiling, engaging that glute. Hold it for a couple of breaths. And release. Let's do the other side. Let's go straight into the other side. And then we'll do our cat and cow again at the end. So, one knee comes up, knee level with your hip, shin vertical. Now we're really going to try and push that knee as high up as you can away from the floor, pushing your foot up towards the ceiling. Okay, let's go. Lift, higher, higher. Really good contraction in that glute. Hold it for a few breaths. Oh, perfect. Oh, and bring the knee down. Oh, well done. Let's go into cat and cow one more time. Arch your back up, lifting your tummy away from the floor. Head hangs down in front. Into cow, tummy comes down, head comes up. Concave lower back. And then to finish, we're going to do child's pose. So let's sit back on the heels. Stretch those arms out in front. And lower your body down towards the floor. Taking a few deep breaths as we hold that position. Sinking down into your stretch. And finally, let's just lift back up into tabletop. Walk your hands back towards your knees as you lift yourself upwards. And slowly, taking your time, we're going to stand up. Hopefully. Very well done. Let's take a few deep breaths to finish. So let's just let your hands hang loosely down the side of your body. Close your eyes. And to finish our session, we'll just take a couple of deep breaths. So inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and open your eyes. Have a little shake out. Very well done. Good work today. So I've got some good news and some bad news. But to finish, the good news is that next Wednesday's yoga session will be slightly longer than normal. We're going to do a slightly, I'm not sure if it'll be a full hour, but allow for an hour. And we're going to put together all the sequences that we've done. So we're going to be doing the warrior sequence, the lunge sequence, the sun salutation, the twisting sequence. Every sequence we've done, we're going to do next week. Okay, to round things off. The bad news is that next week will be the last Freestyle Fitness Yoga session on a Wednesday for now. We're going to be taking a break from it while we sort out other stuff. Next week, last one, but we're going to make it a special longer session, and we're going to do all those sequences that we've been learning over the last year and a bit. So that's to look forward to. Hope we get a good crowd next week. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good session, but as I say, it will be the last one for the time being. So I'll see you then. And don't forget Sprightly on Friday. Next week, we're also, after yoga on Wednesday, we're in the park on Thursday. So we're going to do a Sprightly session in the park on Thursday. So next week, we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So a packed week next week. Don't miss any of it. Hope the weather's good. Let's come and have a chat with you guys on Zoom. And on YouTube, well done as well. Hope to see you soon. All these videos are still on YouTube. So even though we might finish doing the live ones on Zoom for a while, all the old ones will be on YouTube, and you go right back to last April and start again.